Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today is probably the most exciting day of this whole Dodge drag car competition because I will be picking up the motor from Dodge Direct Connection and I get to finally show you guys what we are getting to compete in Roadkill Nights along with Motor Trend in August, and this will be the motor and trans that we will be putting into our Dodge drag car. So I'm really excited to show you guys the entire process. Now I will see you guys there. Yay! Guys, we got our crate motor in.
It's official.
It's official! How many days do we have? It's July 12th and it's leaving on the 6th.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks from now, we have to get this in the car. And we need a week of driving and testing the car, make sure it's not gonna break on us, and I know what I'm doing. So we only have like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
2
like
weeks?
2 weeks, really.
2 weeks to get this in and running.
Would be safe.
Going from the bottom?
Yeah, makes it easier.
What I have behind me is a Hellcat Red Eye 6.2 liter supercharged crate motor. MSRP, this thing's nearly $22,000. This engine's definitely over the top. It makes 807 horsepower, so it's like 100 horsepower more than the Hellcat motor since this is the Red Eye. I wasn't very familiar with like Mopar engines and cars, so I want to tell you guys a few facts that I learned thanks to Tony. And actually in the shop right now, we do have a Hellcat motor across the way, so I will show you guys the difference between the two motors. Hopefully you guys are interested in learning about the differences in these motors. But this is actually a 2.7 liter supercharger, and I believe the Hellcat motor has a 2.4 liter supercharger. So the supercharger on the Red Eye is actually bigger and makes way more power than the Hellcat. This motor's just way over the top. I don't know why you would need 807 horsepower on the street for a street car, but I mean, I guess why not, right? The displacement on this motor is a 376 cubic inch, and it does have forged connecting rods and just overall better internals. Visually, the difference between this and the Hellcat is the engine block on this one is a red color. The valve covers are black, and I believe on the Hellcat they are red, but they are not black on this one. These engines are actually ran from factory before they are delivered, so they are tested to make sure they are running properly. So you know when you get one sent to you or you pick one up, you know that they will be running properly, and since it is tested from factory. You can see like the reddish orange color and then the black valve covers. All right, let's see what we have. Looks like this would be the air filter for the supercharger. This is the air duct that connects to our giant air filter, which might be in this box in a second. The pedal, the little connector, and the gas pedal that we will be using. What do we have? Oh, they gave us instructions. Hey! So we have like the air duct piece there, and then here we have the intake filter. And this is probably the biggest intake filter I have ever seen before. Way larger than my head. It's huge. And this is basically a box full of money. Wild. These are super hard to get right now, but this is the whole wiring harness for the engine, and I believe we're required to use this in the competition, so we will be all using the same wiring harness and the motor. So we did not get a transmission this year, but Dodge did give us $3,000 if we want to choose a transmission of our choice, but we are actually going with an automatic transmission. It'll be a lot better for drag racing and make it a lot faster and way easier to launch. Last year, a lot of people are having problems with their clutch going out and also missing shifts, so automatics just get rid of all of these issues. We ended up taking the $3,000 from Dodge and putting it into the transmission, which is honestly not really a lot for how much transmissions are, using this wiring harness, and we will be getting tuned with the HP Tuners tuning software and installing all the parts that Dodge supplied us to make this car run perfect. Thankfully, they gave us like a whole sheet of basically everything they included in the box, along with the crate that we need to get it to run and all of the instructions to make this thing run perfectly. And we do have to take off this supercharger and get it shipped out because we're having SDG Motorsports make us like this front snout piece, which is basically like a bigger throttle body. They call it the elephant killer, so it makes the motor be basically over 1,000 horsepower, so this car is going to be insanely fast. And as we know, the car in one of my previous videos that we are building for the Dodge Motor Trend for the Roadkill event is behind me. This is the 1970 Dodge Dart. After we unboxed the motor and got the wiring harness and everything, we literally only have less than 2.5 weeks until we have to get this entire project completely finished. So I'm gonna throw a change of plans at you guys. I know I introduced this entire car to you guys. We got it put together, but obviously it is still empty and it's gonna be a lot of work. It's the kind of project where we would need at least 6 months to get this done. So I'm going to introduce you guys the new car since we are switching things up because we have a very strict deadline to get this done. And we also are racing an event in Sholo, which is here in Arizona, July 30th. And today, which I don't know when this video is gonna air, but right now it is already July 16th. So we're switching things up. And if you guys are not familiar with this car behind me, it is a Barracuda. This car is what Tony raced last year in the Motor Trend event. So we are bringing it back and we're doing a full brand new motor swap on it and upgrading a few more things to make it faster than last year. So the competition is going to be crazy. This is going to be insanely fast. Let me give you guys a quick little walk around it to show you guys what this car is. Hopefully we will destroy the competition this year. But check this thing out, it's insane. It's on wheeled wheels, but we are getting new wheels and obviously no motor or anything in it. We got it back all bare. He has a carbon fiber dash and it's just set up from last year. And we did start already installing some of the Aeromotive fuel system products in the back because this wasn't even in here before. And we also got a small Odyssey battery with the bracket as well. This will definitely help us a lot with the time frame that we only have a little bit over 2 weeks to get it done before we race. Even doing this car is pushing the timeline, but it makes our lives a lot easier and hopefully we'll destroy everybody. I'm so excited to get the red-eye crate motor into the Barracuda. It's gonna be fun. I love working on motors and swaps because one day I would love to do a swap completely by myself. I was talking to Tony about that, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, whatever time it is, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.